the US dollar has been going parabolic on the daily time frame, and the question is, how can you short the US dollar? I want to go over here on how you can short the US dollar, why I am also shorting the US dollar, and I'll be going in some very in-depth technical analysis on DXY, which is the US dollar. Make sure to subscribe and make sure to leave a like. I got the idea off one of my comments on the 2008 video, so make sure to subscribe with notifications on. Make sure to leave a like. I have this video timestamped in the description, and make sure to follow me on Twitter because I do post entries and exits on Twitter. So let's get started on how you can actually short the US dollar. So as you can see on the daily time frame, the US dollar has literally been parabolic. Now there's a stock with ticker symbol UDN, and it goes the opposite direction of the US dollar. So we have many stocks like this, for example SQQQ, which goes the opposite direction of the QQQ. So you can actually profit off of crashes, you can profit off of corrections. We have a Tesla short stock, which is TSLS, which I am actually holding. I am holding this position. I made a whole video on why I am shorting Tesla stock, so make sure to watch that. But if you take a look at the yearly, again, it's up over 35%. So the question is, you kind of want to short the US dollar. How do you short the US dollar? If we take a look at TradingView DXY, it is a currency pair. So on Webull, on TD Ameritrade, on Robinhood, there's a stock called UDN, which goes the opposite direction. And in this video, I want to go over in depth on the technical analysis and why I'm shorting the dollar. Now, first of all, there are also many reasons. For example, we have midterms coming up, the whole macroeconomic catalyst and that, but specifically in this video, I just want to take a look at the chart. I am literally just taking a look at the chart, going over my price target and my stop loss. But main thing to keep in mind is, again, this stock is up only like 0.69% today, and it doesn't move a lot, and having options is a little bit higher risk with the contract volume IV, so it's not really worth it. I'm just going to be playing shares, so there's not going to be any much profit. But let's get started off with the technical analysis. On the daily time frame, it has been just going parabolic. It has been going crazy, even though it's not up as much as you might think. 27%, that is a lot for a currency. Again, there are many reasons on why this is happening, but I don't want to go over that in this video. I just want to strictly go over here on why I'm shorting it. Now let's take a look at the weekly time frame, and it gets even more interesting. Okay, we can kind of see the past couple of years, and we can see that it has been in Chop City, and it just had an incredible run the past year. Now let's take a look at the monthly time frame, and things get even more interesting. In fact, the US dollar is down in the long run. So that is one thing to keep in mind, that it's not like the S&P 500 where it just keeps going up forever, and that is to put in kind of like a factor and to be careful of. So we're taking a look at DXY, and in fact, not only does it go down in the long run, it kind of just trades in this Chop City. So that is something to keep in mind, that if we do have some explosive moves, we can capitalize on that. Now I want to go over strictly on the price targets on the exact levels that I am watching. So I'm taking a look at the US dollar, and I'm just going to draw some charts out, draw some resistance when I'm taking a look at. You guys can kind of get an idea what I'm looking at. How do I do my technical analysis? How do I spot my support and resistance? We have another level of resistance going on over here. So this was a major level resistance, and this is actually stretching all the way back over here. So resistance is kind of the selling pressure. Then we have another resistance going on over here, and now I want to take a look at a closer picture on the daily time frame. So again, this level is our support now. So if we go back to the monthly time frame, we have going around the $100 mark, which was a major resistance back in the day. So we could see that this was a major resistance in 1993. This was a major tough resistance in 2017, 2020, and then it did break out in 2001. So since we had this major level of resistance, we actually broke that, and now this is actually the level of support where we can expect a bounce on the dollar. So that is my price target. Actually, if I go on the weekly time frame, we could see that this is our price target for our short. So this is literally my price target of $100. I wanted to drop to $100, so that would be around like a 10% gain on the weekly time frame. So this is going to be my price target. Okay, very important. Hope you guys kind of saw on how I saw my price target by going back on the monthly time frame and seeing the previous resistance. This was a previous level of resistance, but since we broke that, now it is a level of support. So that is my price target for the short, because again, I am bearish. Now let's zoom in a little bit over here, and now let's zoom in a lot more. Okay, let's zoom in a lot more on the daily time frame, and things get even more interesting. Okay, let's zoom in all the way at the top. Okay, let's take a look at what's happening here. The chart is telling us a lot over here that in fact we are right now starting to go into a downtrend, because we could see that we in fact had a tough level of resistance, and we had multiple legs where it tested this resistance. We are starting to actually form a downtrend pattern. On top of that, this is a major level of support. So again, this is going parabolic. Okay, it's literally going parabolic. And how I actually drew this on TradingView is, let's delete this. We have a nice curve tool on TradingView, so make sure to check out TradingView, link in the description, and I can kind of make this. I can get the middle part and I can align it in the center, and I can have it look very nice. So this is the parabolic curve that I am looking at, and we need to start breaking this level. And in fact, we might have broken that today. If we take a look at today's price action, we kind of did break below on the daily time frame, but we need a better and bigger confirmation on the weekly time frame if we can start breaking this massive curve line to the downside for the US dollar. So that is my thoughts and what I am looking at. Price target to be around 100 bucks, but again, if we actually take a look at the UDN stock, it's not going to be much of a profit. But now I'll actually want to take a look at the UDN stock. So this is going to be very interesting. So this is inverse of the US dollar, and this is what I invested in. I alerted on Discord that I bought in UDN shares. So let's take a look at the technical analysis for UDN. Again, I'm going in a lot, very deep. If you're still watching this video right now, let me know in the comments. Okay, let's take a look at UDN right now. You know, bravo for you to kind of keeping up with the video right now, because I know it is literally a lot that is going on. So let's take a look at the UDN. And again, what am I looking at? It is all psychology. Again, my goal is to kind of teach you guys how I do my charts and all of that. So make sure to subscribe. But we're taking a look at the daily time frame, and at first I want to take a look at the trend. Massive sell pressure to the downside. Okay, so that is the overall trend. Now let's zoom in over here, and what I'm taking a look at is we are making higher lows. Okay, we are making higher lows. So what is happening? We are starting to reverse, and we in fact have made a level of support. So this level of support is going to be critical. We cannot go below this level of support. So this is going to be our stop loss. Okay, just like how we discussed on the US dollar. So let me type UDXY. Just like how I said this was going to be our stop loss. Again, this is our stop loss on the DXY. And then we go back to UDN. Okay, This is our stop loss, okay, below this level. Okay, again, it's an inverse. I know it can be a little bit confusing. And not only that, if we actually take a look, we also have a nice ascending triangle formation going on here. So let me move this. We have a nice ascending triangle formation, and we have a level of resistance. So we need to break this level for UDN. Now, what's our price target? Okay, what's our price target? Let's go over that. So since this is our major level of resistance, we need to break this. The rallies, the bear rallies, are going to be our price target. So for example, this, and this. So again, I want to go over the psychology and why. When we are in a downtrend, so I'm going to go over here and kind of draw out. When we are in a downtrend, we lag up, then we break again, we lag up, and we break again, we lag up, and we break again. And once we start reversing, we make higher lows. Okay, we make higher lows, and that is what we are seeing. We need to keep making this higher low. If we go below, okay, if we go below again over here, that is going to be our stop loss, and that is going to break the trend, and that is going to break the structure. The key thing is, again, we do not break this level of support. Now, this is again going to be our price target, as I mentioned. The relief rallies, or the bear market rally, or whatever you want to call it, you know, these pumps, when we're trending to the downside, these are going to be our price targets. And when we take a look at the chart, we see our price targets, because once we start reversing to the upside, but my price target personally is again going to be around $18.50. I want to be like a short term, hold this stock for like couple months, a month, 2 months, whatever. But again, I'm not going to be making any profit. It's more of kind of like, I want to short the US dollar, and I'm going to do it. But overall, I went a lot in this video, okay? So subscribe, make sure to leave a like. I want to talk about AMD. I want to leave a quick update on SOXX as well as FedEx. So quick update on FedEx. I sold off my second contract. So I was up over 90% on FedEx. Again, we bought our contract on FedEx at this level of support. This was our second contract, and I rode it all the way to the upside, and I sold off one of my contract to kind of reduce risk, and I'm still holding my last contract, and we just need to see above $160. More importantly, we need to close above 160 on the daily time frame. Once we get that confirmation, I will be buying more FedEx contracts. So that is it with FedEx. Let's do a quick update on AMD. I entered in a AMD position as well as a SOXX position. SOXX, again, I made a whole video on that, so make sure to watch that video. SOXX looks actually very interesting because we closed right around the resistance area. So we can see, a market rally in the morning, and we can enter this gap. It'll be nice. My price target is 346.99. Overall, I went over a lot in this video, and I just hope you kind of learned something new. I know it was very overwhelming. It was pretty long, but subscribe, make sure to leave a like, share this video to anyone who's looking to short the US dollar. We only have 4,000 subscribers. We need to hit 10,000, and in a couple of years, I'm seeing us hitting 100,000 subscribers or even 1 million. But overall, hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys later. See you guys tomorrow. We do have midterms tomorrow. Let's see what happens. Typically, I'm going to make another video on midterms, but typically the market actually rallies after midterms. So I'm going to make a whole video on that. Subscribe, and see you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye.